Hello guys, welcome back to another Disney Pixar Cars Diecast review, and today we'll be reviewing Ralph Carlow, the Cars 3 stock car for Lil Torquey Pistons in Cars 3. Now, as you may know, I've also got the Cars 1 version of Ralph Carlow here, and that's because, of course, Ralph Carlow was a racer for Lil Torquey Pistons in both Cars 1 and Cars 3, or at least that's what is implied due to the name of the diecast. I bet you that's not what Pixar had going through their heads when they made the character model for Cars 3 Ralph here. But it's canon thanks to the name of the diecast. So yeah, nice piece of lore there, you know. Ralph seems to be one of the younger racers in Cars 1 anyway, especially because of his type of model. So yeah, nice bit of continuity there. So as you know, I've been catching up on reviews that I've been putting off for way too long. Ralph is one of them. I got him off Vinted, similar to the Lemons that I've been reviewing recently, and an upcoming review of Cars 3 Ernie Gearson. This diecast was released in 2017 alongside the release of a lot of Cars 3 merchandise. He was one of the first racers released. They released a lot of the Cars 3 stock cars very early on, which was a very good call because, you know, we didn't have to wait years and years and years for them to release all of them. Unlike with the next gens, which took until 2021 to get them all released. And in comparison, like Cars 1, they took until like 2008 to get them all released, which was, or even 2009 actually, so that's about 3 years. Cars 3, it was like 4 years, so around the same amount of time. But I guess, you know, they want to spread out releases, you know. But it was very nice to get him very early on alongside a few other Cars 3 stock cars, because they are very nice. As I said, I didn't get this guy in 2017. I got him off Vinted, second hand, and in amazing condition too. He hasn't been re-released since, so it's, you know, a lot of these Cars 3 stock cars are really hard to find nowadays. But I managed to get him for a good price, and I'm very grateful. So let's get into Ralph's role in the movie. He's just a background character. He appears in the first few races, before he's eventually replaced by the next-gen Lil Torquey Pistons racer Spiky Phillips, which I don't have the diecast of. I have the XRS version, but he's a bit difficult to get out right now. And I don't really want to because it's just the XRS version, so it's just not really, doesn't really fit well with this review. But we have the Cars 1 version here as well, the 2022 Thailand re-release. So yeah, let's get into the diecast itself. He's got a nice smirking expression, which is also shared, I believe, with the Cars 3 Punchy Wipeout. Got the moustache here, which is nice because it implies that Ralph grew on in between movies, which is a nice bit of lore there. Got the headlights with 117 underneath. Lil Torquey Pistons on the roof alongside a red stripe with yellow lines, similar to the Cars 1 version actually. In that respect, it's very the same. Although I love the updated logo. It looks very similar, but also very different at the same time. It's what I love about the Cars 3 stock cars. They modernise it, but like keep it very consistent in line, you know. Except for like Rev Roaches and stuff like that, where it's like completely different. But that's kind of the point of like vinyl teeth, but they change every few years. Like you have like, I mean, you go from like that design and then you go to Will Rush. I think that was intentional on the designer's part. But yeah, got the Lightyear on the text. I really love this like wave design of the red here, which is again similar to the Cars 1 version, but a lot more detailed. And you've got like some lines going on both sides there, red rims, similar to the Cars 1 version. And of course the Lightyear text. His contingency sponsors read Piston Cut, Vitalin, Revolting, RPM, Nitroid, Octane Gain, and Clutch Aid. Lil Torquey Pistons on the side alongside the mascot there. I think his name is like Torquey or Springy, I can't remember. On the back you got the logo there again. And on the back here you got Lil Torquey Pistons 117, and the white kind of like comes around. whereas on the Cars 1 version it's like a solid red. I really like this version of Ralph. I'm torn between if I prefer the Cars 1 or Cars 3 version, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Cars 3, because I really love the two-tone blue as well, like the two blues in one. It's really clever, I really like it. Whereas in the Cars 1, it's just a consistent blue, which I like, I like this design. But I think Cars 3 Ralph has a lot more going for him in the design department. Now let's compare the two versions. And here is the base for those interested. Anyway, guys, that'll be all for this review. See you guys next time. Bye now.